And welcome to the November 7th meeting of the Board of Selectmen. If everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We'll move right ahead here. We have no public hearings tonight. Any announcements from the board?
The only thing I want to mention is the Waterboro Historical Society is having the Festival of the Trees. What is it, the Grange Hall on
Yes.
Grange Hall on West Road there, and I went in it last year, and it's really worth checking out. Really nice. A lot of trees are sponsored by different businesses with prizes underneath them, gifts, I should say. And you buy raffle tickets, and you put your whatever you want to try to go for in the bucket in front of it, and hopefully you win something. But the ones I saw last year, there's some expensive product underneath those trees. So I urge everybody to go and check it out. And look on the Facebook site, it gives you the schedule of when you can go.
Yep.
2 full weekends.
2 full weekends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else, Gary?
No, that's it for me.
Anything?
Good, thank you.
Dwayne?
Matt will bring it up too, but senior luncheon next Thursday, 11:30 to 1.
Who's cooking?
Everybody.
We have a bunch of people cooking
Okay.
from South.
I'll be there as well as my wife.
Okay.
And we'll help serve.
Okay, and just a reminder, if you haven't voted, you have 2 hours to vote. Polls will close at 8 p.m. You can vote at the Waterboro Elementary School through 8 o'clock tonight. Okay. Additions or deletions to the agenda, I think we're all set there. We have no appointments. Public comment.
I invited my son, who's a business owner in town here, and he was talking to me the other day about some disparities of what he pays at our transfer station compared to other places he has to go and dump, and I invited him to come over and speak about it, because I've done it for him myself, and what I paid going to Sanford to dump something compared to what I did in Waterboro, it was huge.
Okay.
So Nick, come on up to the mic.
Well, it's not just that, it's a year and a half ago, I think something happened to do with insurance, and we couldn't open the gates anymore to dump into the demo bin and the shingle bin, which I understand, but, so now I can back up to it and stand 4 feet above where I would be if the gate was open, which isn't too safe itself. So my thought is, why can't we, the town, turn the cans 90 degrees from where they are? Because I've been to other towns where you go and you dump everything on a pad, they come over the loader, scoop it up, put it in the dumpster. So if you could turn the cans 90 degrees, we could dump, it'd be bays for each, the demo and the shingles, and then come over and scoop it up. I suggested that to someone that works at the dump, and they said, maybe you guys be worried about nails, but it's no different than the pallet area, there's nails all through there. And the prices, if like, I don't know, everywhere else it's 130 a ton. We don't have scales there, which I understand. So when I go there, I'm honest with Josh, I know how much weight that came off the roof, because I can figure it out by square. And I pay him what I'd pay anywhere else, because it's convenient for me to go there. Because a lot of the older guys, they just kind of look at it and, 20 bucks, 40 bucks. And they'll do that to me, and I'll say, no, I'm giving you 100, because that's what I'm going to pay it elsewhere. But it's more so, I want to make a comment about being able to dump. Like, we can still dump, but we can't dump the things like contractors like myself need to dump, which is PT, demo, and the shingles. So that was just my thoughts on a workaround.
So you've got a trailer dump? can.
Yes,
right,
yeah,
Rather than hand offloading.
right. Yeah. So we can't open the gates to dump into the can, so that was my thought, is if you can turn them 90 degrees, it'll make bays for each can, and load them, come up and scoop against the wall or whatever, and dump it in the can.
So I know there's an insurance issue, right? Because they come down every year.
And I don't know when that started before.
But how that, I mean, someone could go over and open the gate so that he could dump, right? Because I know we dump in the hopper, the guys that have trailer dumps pull into the hopper, they back up, they open the gates, and they dump.
I was gonna say, Dean used to,
Right.
What can't you do with the other ones?
but
Right. Well, that, I mean,
they'll-
so,
Yeah.
there was a trailer dump that backed in there and ended up in the hopper. That was, I think,
Yep.
I can remember that's when that all stopped.
let us talk to Josh.
Yeah,
What's a good phone number for you?
207-391-9676.
but I can agree with you that handling shingles twice,
Yeah, it sucks.
it's, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
There's one word for it. But, yeah,
All right, we'll pass that on, or Matt can pass that on to Josh. All right, correspondence,
I wanna go back
Yeah.
just a minute. I wanna agree with you. There ain't many down there that can figure a square yard.
Right.
You know, it takes a pretty good man to figure it, or a pretty good head to figure a square yard. No question. And then pretty obvious what there is in a square yard for weight, if you know the
And
volume.
when he charges you, does he charge you for shingles?
Yeah, because that's mostly what I dump.
Right,
Sometimes
right,
I go through
right.
decking, right? But,
So
yeah.
my question is we haul that into commercial paving or whatever, the recycling or whatever. So there's gotta be a tonnage in that can,
Yeah,
right?
but
And-
realistically,
And we should be able to cross-check to say,
Yeah,
this is all the money that we collected, right?
compared to what we have to pay for it.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
It's, PT and shingles are the most expensive thing to get rid of. It usually goes in the mix and it's 125, 130 a ton. And those big cans are pretty heavy, so if they're not charging right, then town's gonna lose money.
If you haul it to Sanford, it's
Simpsons.
Simpson?
Yep.
Right, and he has scales?
Yeah, they got scales over there. So that was my other thought, like, I don't know how expensive scales are, but I hate to see the transfer station go backwards. I'd like to see it grow and potentially have scales one day, you know? So you can accurately charge and usually you have to upcharge so you know you're gonna at least break even or make a little bit of money because of the convenience.
Right.
And in some of the other towns, because I know like a lot of people don't want to have everybody dumping at their transfer station because it's a pain in the butt doing all this stuff. Standish is a town that when I went there, I had to provide them a work invoice showing that I was doing work in their town.
Right.
So that they allow me to dump there. And that was one of the ones that they dumped on a pad and the loader came over and scooped it up. So,
Okay. We need to just look at that.
Yep. Does any transfer stations around have scales that you're aware of?
No, I mean, the guys that are in that business, right?
Commercial's got-
Simpson or
Yeah.
that's
whatever.
what I'm saying, Simpson and Commercial's got them. Yeah, I don't know of any others.
There must be decent expense to get scaled, I would think.
I would guess somewhere between 50 and 100,000.
I would think so, yeah.
I wonder if there's some kind of like small portable one or something where you can just like weigh the trailer.
Well,
drive
they do it
on
all,
to
they do tractor trailers. They weigh them on the spot.
Every now
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
find a set of them
I
at
don't know what the
the
process
state
of time, but I
auction,
mean,
but
to move the people through,
They-
you could be
yeah.
a long
Yeah.
delay.
Yeah.
you're talking 10 minutes to set them up,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Plus you need it on the way in and the way out,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yep. It really changes your layout of the, the flow.
Right.
Yeah.
You're better off
Well,
with a set of scales.
let's take a look at it.
Yep.
My biggest concern was just
Yep.
being able to dump again.
Yep.
Right now we can't.
Anything else, Dwayne?
No,
All right, correspondence, we do have the financial reports, motor vehicle report, water district meeting minutes, September and October, and the letter from the town planner, zoning ordinance amendments for LD 2003, and I'll talk about that a bit under new business. Reports and staff initiatives, selectmen's reports, Dwayne, anything?
just that we're still looking for the oldest resident in town. The one that I had in mind has moved out of town, so, she is no longer a
we-
resident, so.
We presented the, which I should have mentioned earlier, we presented the silver bowl to Barbara Bean. She's 104.
Yeah.
She is in an assisted living, but, you know, for as many years as she lived in town.
Okay,
So until she passes on, we'll have to be
watching.
started another
Okay.
look, right?
Okay,
Whatever, so. And that'll be, I think the article's already gone to the reporter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Okay, anything else, Mike?
no,
Gary, anything?
I got some follow-ups, if I could ask. The property up on Route 5 that we had litigation in court and, well, cars, what's up with that? What's going
Ongoing
on?
still, I think it's, the court hearing was set for December,
Okay.
so nothing pending.
Was that the final court hearing, or?
That's when they were getting into court.
Okay.
And there's been no action on the consent.
So it's
yet.
just-
So we're status quo.
Status quo, okay. The other thing that came to mind was the roll-off truck at the transfer station. Oh, you got it, okay,
I got that coming up.
okay. In our ambulance,
Yeah.
lack thereof?
Lack thereof.
Okay. You had sent us an email about the potential of getting together with the Historical Society about the building. Okay, good. Mr. Barth, anything new?
Mr. Barth, we have a, so in short, Mr. Barth is challenging your decision regarding the succession to, of territory from the town of Waterboro. He's challenged that with the judicial system in Maine, obviously, and which they will be working on potentially appointing a mediator, and for mediation, because in this
Yeah.
process, that is one of the steps.
Yeah.
I did have a conversation with Attorney Ben McCall, actually earlier today. Mr. Barth has several steps he needs to take, according to the attorney. So,
Okay. And just for the listening public, it's a island in the Lake Arrowhead water area, correct?
in the vicinity of.
Vicinity of, that he wanted to secede from the town of Waterboro, and he didn't, on our eyes, did not follow a proper procedure to do that.
There's no dwelling on the property, he's not a resident of Waterboro currently, and there was no plan associated, that he couldn't submit a plan because he doesn't live there. And then,
Okay.
he did submit the petition, obviously, but you rejected that.
Yeah, okay. One last thing is the posting that we had made on the change of hours for the town hall. Of course, it doesn't appeal to everybody, there's always going to be a naysayer or two that it affects them, and we're sorry for that, but we studied this and we felt it was the best thing to do. What I took exception to is a comment by a lady on there that laziness at its best, I think it was, that we changed the hours. Now, I don't know if any of our employees being lazy, that we had to adjust the hours because of them. We did this for their benefit and the town's benefit.
On both
So I
sides.
took really exception to that one comment, and I know it's, people can hide behind a phone and make all kinds of comments, but that was really unnecessary. And we have very good employees here.
The employees are still working 40 hours a week,
That's right.
and we've adjusted it, and half our challenge, the same thing I talked to the staff here, and we're gonna use consistently the same feedback for the responses to these Facebooks. And I actually unfollowed some of them because I can't deal with that.
Right.
I tried, but, we've tried to get the information out. If people go to other sources and other pages, we can manage our page to the best of our ability, but
Right.
we can't chase
No.
10 different pages out there. Who's posting this? And it gets to a lot of drama. Anyhow, they're working 40 hours a week. I saw someone said, 34 hours a week, lunch breaks. They have the same lunch breaks, same breaks everybody else gets. We've increased it 3 hours on Tuesdays. We're still staying open late on Tuesday nights until 6 PM. Nobody has come in the door.
No.
Even on the night that they're open, that we have nobody coming in after 6 o'clock. And we're opening an hour earlier every day. When we see people pulling in every morning when I'm here about 7:30, 7:45, maybe even earlier, and when we see people in here constantly, and we're not open until 9 or 11, we need to move forward.
Yeah.
And I did hear some feedback from other people today that they were impressed with this change that we're making.
Yeah.
That we're moving forward, so.
Yeah.
And we're, you get the nail on the head, we're gonna hear some naysayers, and people are
Yeah.
upset.
You're never gonna please everybody, but,
We've learned that quickly.
yeah, oh yeah.
And I think the other thing is for us to recruit people, if we're gonna recruit anybody moving forward,
Yeah.
when we survey the communities nearby, and if everybody's on the same type of schedule, and within reason, we're actually one of the later ones that's still being open
Right.
at night. But let's face it, if you're already working a schedule that's different, and Waterboro's at 5 days a week schedule, we're probably not gonna get them to apply.
Right.
Because it's not, I think we had that conversation in the workshop. Our wages are not at the top of the scale.
Right.
And that's the way it's across the board. So,
So we did this in an effort to retain our employees and appreciate them, and none of them are lazy. Thank you.
and also to help the public too, with that one.
Right.
Anything else, Gary?
No,
John?
Went and voted today over at the elementary school, and I think it was set up, went great. Everybody did a great job with the setup and the whole layout, and I really appreciate the school allowing us to do that.
Yeah, and I think more will come on Shannon Bellows was there, the Secretary of State, when we opened this morning. We had some good conversation between Representative Woodson, Senator Harrington, and her relative to, moving forward, and we'll see what happens, right?
Yep.
And she did meet with Dr. Markey,
Okay.
the superintendent of RSU 57, so.
and if I could just reiterate the fact that the reason it was in elementary school is the school district told us we had to use elementary school. That's the building they offered us, and that's why it was there.
And to follow up, what we have seen is that we reached out to the school after Marina saw that they had an in-service teacher workshop day today in no school, so she put a request into the school board, or superintendent to the school board, to use that facility. So it wasn't originally that it was planned because of elections, so
Yeah.
we've heard that too today, when people were upset. But it's beyond our control.
Exactly. We don't have a building that is totally accessible to everybody
And with sufficient parking.
with sufficient parking.
Anything else, John?
No, good, thank you.
Okay. My only comment, and I have to agree with Gary, when we look at postings, I see another posting about Dollar General. and
Oh, my God.
In the town working with Dollar General. We don't have, when somebody comes to the town planning board, and they have sufficient sufficient requirements to build a building, we don't get to choose what's in that building.
Right.
Right. So, needless to say, we can debate whether or not we need two Dollar Generals in town, but that becomes a moot point. And certainly, the town officials didn't work with Dollar General to put another store in.
It's up to the developer. The developer comes to see us, wants to put a building up, and who he leases it to, or makes it, it's up to him,
Yep.
or her, whoever it is.
All right. Matt, what do you got?
Couple things to go back to Selectman Fecto's questions. No specific order, I guess, but as you know, we always have a staff shortage. We're going to talk about this in the agenda in a few minutes, but the audit is not complete. We have to work on a lot of back-end paperwork, which we brought the consultant in to help us with. We're going to be asking you for a vote to waive and to put the extension on for that. Roll-off trucks. We're having a real challenge finding a roll-off truck. We've been shopping around multiple different sources. We got another call into Reliance and Saco. Our budget was for $260,000 when we did this, and price tags are well above $260,000. Everything comes in at or just below that $260,000 mark is sold pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
We are looking at late model used ones as well, but we're still working on it.
Is ours beyond repair?
No, it has issues from time to time.
So we're still using it?
Yep, yep. So the goal was just to have a backup, and we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
So, like I say, the challenge is because what the budget comes in at is over what we planned for, and that's where we're at. So,
And I think A1 is hauling cans for us,
A1,
you know, if in fact
we're down.
we're down.
they'll do, okay, good, so we have a backup, that's good.
No update on the ambulance, other than we know it's not built yet.
Yeah.
Chassis in, but they're still behind.
Yeah. Which is the frontline ambulance now? Because I saw the Ford out the other day and the International.
The Ford is the front line.
Ford is?
Yep.
They were both out the other day. so.
Yeah, the International is the back line, that's the 2013, and the other one is the front line.
Yeah.
The fire department, so we'll talk about that. The fire department will be doing a food drive again this year at Hannaford, November 11th, 9 to 2, with donations going to the food pantry. Expense reports were sent out. Most of those numbers have been updated. We finally got our script running from paychecks to be imported. Thanks for the help from Dave and Laura, so that's up to date now. And we work on the journal entries and postings and revenue. We have received a couple applications already for the deputy treasurer position. We'll be working on interviews hopefully within the next week. We have had conversations, I met with Victor Wright, I've talked to Jim Carl, which you referred to about the building,
Yeah.
looking down the road, and they know what our need is for a voting location. There's been a conversation whether or not we can work with them at all for a building behind the tail house that they're planning to build in the near future. That's what they've been doing a lot of fundraising for. Had a great conversation with Victor Wright, and talked to Jim Carl today quite a bit. I think we need to push forward those conversations and see what it develops, and I think at some point we need to have a sit-down conversation with everybody.
Yeah. Is that our land in that corner?
The tail house property.
It's all our land.
Yeah, okay.
We've leased it to the
There's a
historical
Okay.
society.
There's a
99
99-year lease on
Okay,
it.
good.
So I suggest we move forward, continue with the conversations, and
Yeah.
at some point, if they're ready to come in, and we can have that conversation.
Right.
So
Just,
just to your point, we own the Taylor House, town of Waterboro.
Yeah.
We lease it to
This,
the Historical Society.
Gotcha.
We own the property that the Snowmobile Club is on.
Okay, yeah.
And we have a 99-year lease
Yeah.
with the Snowmobile Club. We own the property that the ATV Club is on. We lease that to a 99-year lease.
yeah,
And we also own the property with the Lions,
right, yeah.
okay? And we have a 99-year lease with them as
Okay,
well. So
cool.
But all of that property is in town of Waterboro's name.
Yeah.
So,
The one that is the least, the medical center has probably got 45 years left on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
40, yeah, that's about half one out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're now dating yourself.
yeah, well, I was gonna say, early 80s anyway, that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
turned over to the
That was
medicals.
45 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And this building would be, if they're talking about building, is trying to make it accommodating so we can have, voting there as a potential location.
Yeah.
Having some community space, if you will, open space
Yeah,
inside.
that'd be nice.
So I think it's a great concept. I think, excited to have more conversation about it and see what they can do for us in a partnership with them.
Yeah.
FYI, if you know anybody, but we will be in the need of some ZBA members moving forward. So if we know anybody that's interested in ZBA,
How many people do we need for that?
well, maybe
Zoning
down to
Board of
3.
Appeals?
We're
Zoning
gonna,
Board of
yeah,
Appeals.
we're gonna be down to 3 because someone's headed to Florida,
Oh.
okay, and will become a Florida resident. So, yeah, we desperately need 2 folks for the zoning board of appeals, and we desperately need another member of the planning board. Because they're working on 6. And, most of them are all there. They're always there every week, or every meeting, but we could use the 7th person.
Just one more thing that I have on my first list here. The lake is down 20 inches currently, and most likely will be 24 inches by next weekend. And at this point, we're going to continue, unless you object, to push for the 36-inch mark. We're leaving it wide open.
Yeah.
And he's anticipating between, he's not as happy with the water level is in that little cove right now, so that's why he thinks it
Yeah.
might see a bigger change yet. So unless you guys have any objections to it, I'll let him know to keep pushing forward and see if we can drop it to the
I'm all for
36
it.
inch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a roll of the dice, right?
Yeah, we gotta try something.
And Dwayne did mention, but senior luncheon, Thanksgiving will be held on November 16th at the Snowmobile Club. We have we're planning for up to 75 people, and we have right around, I think it was 20 signed up so far.
Cool.
So, if you know anybody that's interested,
Do we need anything else to,
we're
for
good right now.
food?
Nope, we're
We're
good.
good?
We're
Fat
good.
and
As of right now, we're good.
all right.
So,
If anybody needs a ride, please contact Matt, and we will make sure that
we'll get 'em
you get
in.
a ride over. Somebody will
Yeah.
come get you and get you back home.
so, the 16th. Are you guys all
I'm gonna be there with my wife, Patty.
So we'll plan to just post that you guys may be attending a senior luncheon, just in
Yeah.
case, if you're all
Yeah.
there. And then, so, yeah, and just, I mentioned you guys earlier, just on the side there, but if all goes as planned, I may be out on the 9th, 17th, and 22nd, around the holiday, and,
You might be out?
for deer season, yeah.
Well, you're gonna try to catch a deer?
Well, maybe, but I'm not
Draw
optimistic.
some rope.
Right? I'm not optimistic of that. So, that's all I have on that list, I think.
All right.
I had mentioned to Matt, just so the board knows, but he's got an engine over there that is,
Who's he? Oh, okay.
Matt, or the
Yeah.
fire department has an engine that is getting up to a point where it's close to the end of the world, not quite, but
Yeah.
that I feel should be in the budget this year, because we could be 3 to 4 years before we get this. So
Right.
we should get this started
Yeah.
so that that truck is at least being ordered.
Yeah. Look at the ambulance. How long were we waiting for the ambulance?
3 years now.
Almost 3.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
And that was a case of, I got after Matt that we needed that ambulance.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get another year, but thank God we got it
At least it's in the
coming.
pipeline.
So, and I think the truck is the same way,
Yeah.
so.
Our initial conversations have been, in our planning for, CIP planning down the road, is that we would look at replacing the tanker and the engine with a consolidated truck.
Oh, okay.
Into a pumper tanker. You know, we need to look at some other specs still on that, but
What are those running, $500,000? Am I down to the ballpark saying that?
5 to 7.
Yeah,
I was
wow.
gonna say, we're probably talking 3/4 from
Yeah,
here,
you're,
by the time we get this into
years,
service.
years ago, it used to be able to, you know, look at 450 to, I think when we bought the last engine, it was $500,000.
Yeah,
And that was, what, 5 years now, I think, for engine 2. The aerial was $1 million.
$1 million for the area, and it was used.
Nope.
Oh, it was brand new?
That's brand new.
Okay,
But he's got 2 or 3 coming off the lease program
yeah,
as we speak, so we got 1 or 2 more years, so this engine would be
Yeah.
replacing maybe.
yeah, that'd be a good
lease
idea. At least
options.
get the voters to approve it and get it ordered,
Yeah.
get in line.
All right. Move on to new business, discuss vote on accepting resignation of Michelle Corners from the Library Board of Trustees.
I don't know, but so moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Discuss vote on the assessor's contract and/or agreement. And this is really,
I've read it.
really something for, I think Matt ultimately signs it, right?
Well, and the reason I put this on there is because in the charter, it talks about it has to be endorsed by the
Yep.
board.
All right.
And so I just wanted to make sure that if you guys were okay with this, she originally did come to me and we had this conversation, and I was very supportive of the fact that we wanted to do an agreement with her. And she asked about initially 5 years. And I was hesitant initially at 5 years just because I wasn't sure what the process was or what the history's been with that. But I think obviously Dwayne's come to me afterwards and talked, and he certainly expressed an interest. He was okay with that as well. I think in our planning here at Town Hall is that we've been focusing on obviously training of Vanessa, and that's one of our goals as well, is to continue to train her. And Shirley wants to be able to commit, and I think she's looking for that commitment from Waterboro, knowing that if she has a place that she's going to be working for the next several years,
Yeah.
that she may not be working at some of those other smaller communities that she's been
Dedicated more
using right
years.
now.
Yeah.
I think as she's preparing for the next
So
chapter.
I would just change the language for a 2-year extension, right? It's a 3-year contract with up to 2 years extension, right?
I don't know, I would make a motion if you wanna, that it's up to Matt to sign the agreement or contract with her anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
That's fine.
I'll second it.
Only because I wanna keep up.
Yeah.
And everything is running very smoothly. You don't ever hear a complaint about coming in to see the assessor. It's working very well.
Yeah.
Why,
Be nice to lock her
yeah,
in, so.
and
Yeah.
in talking to her, she's got 2 towns that is 2.5 hours away,
Oh, God.
and she's traveling 1 day a week.
Yeah,
And if we can keep her here
yeah,
to get her through her, into her retirement, and she's willing to train our new assessor coming on board,
right.
which is gonna be very soon,
Yeah.
we're gonna set fairly well. And that would also get us through the next step of our revow.
Right.
So,
Okay.
in 5 years, she can get 90% of that done, so, it's
And that is,
all in the picture,
Yeah,
you know.
and that is part of our plan, is
Yeah.
that 25,000 extra we're doing is for, 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Trying to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
I can tell you, we don't wanna do the assessing,
yeah.
No,
like the
no,
boards have in the past.
Oh, boy.
No, that's a no-go. Okay, discuss and vote, proposed zoning ordinance for LD 2003 compliance. Okay, so in your packet was a letter from Lee J. Feldman, who works as a contract town planner. The planning board endorsed the ADUs, I guess, are compliance with LD 2003, which is the Affordable Housing Act, okay? It's now a couple years old. But they've gone through the process, the criteria in the planning board's mind was, okay, minimum size unit could be established at 410 square feet in order to allow, not to allow tiny homes, as an ADU in a maximum of 800 square feet. So the act, legislative act, says that we don't have a choice, but we have to allow auxiliary dwelling units on property of record other than Lake Arrowhead.
Right.
But if somebody has an acre of land, they've got a dwelling on it, they can put an accessory dwelling on
Okay.
it. So this brings the town's zoning ordinance in compliance with all of the stuff that is required to change the zoning ordinance. And you can read through the changes and the administration and all of that good stuff. But the planning board had a public hearing, they've accepted it, now we have to have a public hearing, and then we can either accept it or go from there. But, so we really need to set a public hearing date. So, any interest?
December 20th? 19th, I mean?
Is this a big hurry?
Pardon?
Is this a big hurry?
Well, other than we have to be in compliant by
Well, what's the date that we gotta be compliant?
2020, July 1st of 2024.
So if we set that off till the first of the year,
Yeah.
we're not,
Yeah, we're not gonna be in violation.
we're not
Okay.
gonna be in violation and not,
So
Doing January?
how about the second meeting of January?
Which is the 16th.
it doesn't, I mean, I don't mind December, but.
Oh, I don't care.
I'm just thinking in around
Yeah.
Christmas and,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably ain't gonna get anybody here anyway, but.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's target January 16th,
Okay.
and we'd have a 6 o'clock public hearing. If everybody's okay with that?
I am.
Yep.
Discuss and vote on
You
the
want a
audit.
motion on that?
I don't think we need to, we just set it.
Set it, okay.
Discuss and vote on the audit extension in the charter. It says that the audit shall be completed no later than what?
November 15th.
15th, okay. Needless to say, based on the condition of the books, that is not gonna happen, didn't happen last year, but, so we need to just allow an extension of that.
Do we need like 6 months, or are we looking longer?
I was
would look at no more than 3 months.
You know, I mean, I would say it's going to be probably March or 1st of April, at least, honestly.
5, 6.
So why don't we,
26.
I mean, I'm going to continue to give you the updates and where we're at in progress.
Yeah.
But they have not been in the building yet,
Yeah,
from our HR. I know they're backlogged,
yeah.
but they have
but
not
that's
been.
not our problem.
No, but
Our problem is that
we need to be ready for them.
We can
Right.
reconcile them books.
Well, then I'll make a motion that we extend it by 6 months from,
Up to 6 months.
up to 6
Gary,
months.
Yeah.
So if it gets done quicker, then,
Oh, if we can get them in here, as soon as we get that, we're
Yeah.
moving forward.
so I'll make that motion, up to 6 months extension.
okay? Second?
Okay.
Any further discussion? Sensing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Okay, no old business, other business, discuss vote to approve the minutes of the October 17th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? You've got your action list for the week.
Yep.
Anyone want anything on the agenda? Let me know. We've got, what, the 21st? Couple of days before Thanksgiving, so unless anybody has anything, just let me know by noon of the Friday before that.
It's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to, no, okay, we're still off, because you're gonna start December 1st with the new hours.
December 4th.
Fourth.
Yeah.
The following.
So, okay, so the following week,
That's fine.
we're gonna have to do the minute, agenda by Thursday afternoon.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good thing.
Okay. Items needing signature is the updated zoning map from the last meeting, and I think everybody has signed that. The assessor's contract, and I really think that that's a Matt thing. And if there's no other business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Don't all speak your- All those in favor? Thank you and good night.